you might be wondering how safe the Philippines really are for solo female travelers. Don't worry, I was the same. And after reading a bunch of travel advisories, as well as forums of really bad incidents happening in the Philippines and people outright telling me not to come here, especially as a solo female traveler, I nearly cancelled my flight. I booked my flight without reading too much into it, then I started reading, and then I nearly cancelled it. But right now I'm here. I am in the Philippines, and today I'm going to talk to you about my experience so far as a solo female traveler in the Philippines. But first, let's go for a walk. So I'm in Palawan right now, Coron to be more specific. I am staying at the busier side of Coron, at the main town. The town itself in Coron is a little loud because of the tricycles and scooters, but other than the main town bits, Coron in general is very peaceful, very quiet. I'm solo, I'm completely by myself here, filming with my camera and feeling completely safe. This guy in the yellow shirt, he has a whistle and he lets people cross the road. This kind of thing you don't get in Bangkok, for example, in Thailand, where I got stuck for a good while in between the roads without being able to cross. So immediately the biggest safety concern for me that was in other countries, which is the road traffic and crossing the road, which I just simply couldn't do in places like Bangkok or in Patong, in many places also. Here is not really a concern. Still Christmas in the Philippines. It's never too late to celebrate Christmas. You know, it is in the actual town itself in Coron, it is hectic just like in most towns, but it's only in the very town center. Most of Coron is actually remote with hardly any properties at all within like kilometers distance. Have a tourist information center here. People for sure will look at you and they will for sure comment if you are, especially if you are a solo female traveler or two females traveling together. People will look, they will say hi. It's actually very common, and it really depends on how you take it. You should take it like a positive thing, but sometimes in the Western culture we are taught to think that this is weird and there's something wrong or creepy about it, which I don't personally agree with at all. I think it's kind, it's polite, it's gentle, it encourages a conversation also. So it's actually much easier here to meet locals and talk to them. Everyone is far more approachable. I've traveled to a bunch of countries, especially in Europe in the past, where I've asked for help and they've given me the wrong directions, or they just looked at me weirdly and walked off. Here it's very unlikely that you'll experience someone like that. People are different, of course, so you can never be definitely sure what's going to happen, but you see, Coron is very, very remote. A lot of people here live off the grid or live in self-built, self-sufficient homes. Coron is also known for paddy. Before I was showing you a free diving course. Here you can do a paddy course. And look at these stunning mountain formations and islands, mountainous islands all around us. This really is a picture-perfect paradise. I was actually supposed to be going somewhere specific, but I don't have my Google Maps on me. I have it in my bag, so I keep getting lost, and then I look at the map and I'm like, oh, I'm not going in the right direction, but it lets me to discover some very cool places here. So can't be complaining too much about getting lost on Coron. People just do their own thing. They literally live how they want, they do what they want. Nobody's there to judge. These boats look like trimarans. I feel like this might be a trimaran that I can afford. Definitely not like I can walk without getting any attention, but I actually like that. It's sociable, it's nice, I can ask any help if needed. So I'm trying to inquire about tours right now, and I don't even have to like approach people myself, they come to me to tell me about the different private tour options. And even if someone is from a completely different business, if you ask them anything and they can help, they will help. Coron and Palawan in general, I definitely feel like it's safe. It's safer than Bangkok for sure. And so many people rave about Bangkok and don't even say it's dangerous. So to anyone who doesn't find Bangkok dangerous, they're not going to find Palawan or especially Coron dangerous. It's just a cute remote spot where people want to have more tourists. With that being said though, my experience was completely different in Manila. In Manila, near the airport, the area looked very clean, secure. There were security guards and police officers near the airport, making sure and patrolling the area and making sure everyone was safe. But only an 8-minute drive from the airport, I entered a completely different area that was, to me at least, didn't feel so safe to walk in. We'll continue this journey further. I want to go to the diving center. I don't even know if you can hear me because of the traffic here. But yeah, let's eat my chicken. My friend yesterday, my Filipino friend, called this road a highway. And I mean, I can understand where she's coming from when it comes to the traffic. You have to be very, very careful. I'm just going to go to the dive center now and inquire about some dives.
You can pause this video here to learn more about the PADI courses and the prices, and also the shipwreck diving sites. These both are from the Reggae Dive Center in Coron, which was highly recommended to me by fellow travelers who I met on the island.
It really is the case of as soon as you escape that road, life becomes very peaceful and not as hectic. You can still kind of hear the traffic here because the road is only down there, but still. The Philippines may not be as easy as to travel as Thailand, let's say. It's definitely not as developed. Dare I say, I may even like that more, but it's definitely not the place I would recommend for first time solo travel because it's just not as easy. And in Manila I was experiencing some anxiety. That's Divine Castle, so the place where I'm staying at, and the terrace there is where I eat breakfast with a wonderful view on Coron Town. They can't really see from here, but it's a very affordable place. My room isn't the greatest to be honest, but location is awesome. I think it's a perfect location. Okay, I just got back because I got all the information I needed, and now I really need to prioritize what I want to do in the next few days. Whether I want to do a private tour around Coron, whether I want to go and dive with shipwrecks, whether I want to do an advanced open water course with PADI, whether I want to see dugongs, but I don't think the weather is ideal. I really wanted to see dugongs. Visibility may not be great, that's what I've been told. Yeah, there's a lot there are a lot of different activities to choose from, and also I could do a group tour which would be cheaper, but I've heard there's a lot of people. However, doing it by myself, it's not only more expensive, it also will stop me from possibly making friends and meeting more people. I really have to narrow it down. Coron has two different sides. Maybe this video is not an accurate representation of the Coron itself. You can watch my previous video to see more like nature side of Coron. Yesterday I was at some remote areas taking pictures with my tripod, with my drone. There was nobody around me, absolutely no one. And at some point I was thinking to myself, hang on, is what I'm doing safe? Because I have all my electronics, all my valuables, all the things that I use for filming and for work. And even I had 2 of my bank cards, everything I had with me in that one rucksack. And I was then by myself, so if somebody wanted to rob me, they could. But what are the chances? What are the chances, especially here in Coron? It's a small island. Of course, you have to keep your precautions always wherever you are, but that doesn't just relate to the Philippines. Now, do I think the Philippines are safe for solo female travelers? The true answer to that is it depends on the area, and it depends where you go in the Philippines. Southern Philippines, these areas in particular, you should not travel to. Not solo, and probably not even just 2 people, because there had been instances of travelers who got kidnapped. I would advise against going there even in a group, unless you have an organized travel there. I also don't think Manila is very safe. My experience in Manila was stressful, I can be completely honest. That's also partly the reason why I wouldn't suggest a first-time solo female traveler to come to the Philippines. I definitely recommend to go to an easier place to begin with, so you kind of get an idea of solo travel, because it's harder to organize things here. But also, not only that, you most likely will have to fly to Manila to get to anywhere. And I booked my hotel. It had 8-point-something stars on booking.com. I thought I had it all figured out, and it turned out to be in a very dodgy area, even though it was close to the airport. I even asked my taxi driver if I was able to leave the hotel to go and grab something to eat, and he said he would not advise me to do so in the area because he does not think it's safe. And it didn't look safe either, but that's why I asked. He reassured me that it wasn't safe. He said it's not safe. Then we couldn't even get to the hotel because it was all barred up with, it looked like prison, and my hotel was barred up, and it really was not a good experience at all whatsoever. I didn't even know if I was going to manage to get there to sleep there for the night. The driver did a lot of bunch of diversions and circles just to be able to get through the roads that were barred up, so he had to, I don't know how to even explain it. And I was just happy to leave Manila. I still think you could travel to Manila by yourself, solo. You have to research the areas before you go and make sure you go to the right areas, to the safest areas. My initial impression of Manila was that it's clean and very safe, because it's very guarded with police officers, the guards, security everywhere. But I only had that impression for a few minutes driving off from the airport. However, I am pretty sure that there are areas in Manila that indeed are safe, and you indeed can stay and have a nice experience as a solo female travelers. I think all the major popular islands are safe, but we'll see. I'm yet to discover more of this beautiful paradise, so I'll keep you updated on how I find the Philippines and whether I think it's safe here. Be kind to people. They want to talk to you, they want to smile, they want to say hi. Smile back, don't ignore them. They're not going to chase you here. It's not one of those countries where you have to avoid having eye contact or avoid having any conversations, otherwise they will start following you and want to sell you things. No, Bangkok was like this. Yes, I might be bashing Bangkok in today's video, but I really did not have a good time in Bangkok, and so many people love it. So, and then those people say they're not going to travel to the Philippines because the Philippines isn't safe. And to me it's madness, because I feel far, far, far safer here than I ever did in Bangkok. But that's my experience so far, and I hope this video can kind of help you figure out and answer the question of whether the Philippines is safe to travel solo for yourself. Because I can't give you a clear answer, but I can just give you my impressions. Bye you guys, that is the end for this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to me if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.